After years of torment, the final confrontation is here. Lawrence Davidson versus Wolfkiller for the Ultraviolet Championship at Endgame. A feud that was only mental in the beginning. The conflict inside Lawrence Davidson's mind that made a nightmare into a reality. A deal with the devil allowed Davidson to use his inner demons to get what he thought was his, the GFW World Championship. After feeding into the power of Wolfkiller, he became stronger. He became more undeniable to Davidson, and that caused Davidson to go against the demons. After a war with William Jenkins, Davidson snapped back to reality and became his normal self. A few years later, Wolfkiller returned with no explanation, calling out WWE Hall of Famer The Undertaker and challenged him to a match on our biggest stage. The Undertaker, the more powerful demon, won the match, and again Wolfkiller disappeared, forever, or so we thought. Then, a few years after that, Lawrence Davidson would feed into those mental struggles and birth the Night King. This felt different than Wolfkiller, but there was still something familiar about it. Instead of a mask, it was face paint, and you still saw Davidson fighting through whatever was going on in his mind's eye. But again, a rivalry with his best friend snapped him back to reality. And then we saw the Wolfpack back, one of the greatest tag teams / stable ever. But around a year or so later, Wolfkiller showed up in the same place, same time at the exact same moment as Lawrence Davidson. It left everybody speechless, seeing what we knew was the same person in two different bodies. And then we saw random vignettes show up throughout the shows, where Wolfkiller told us he was no longer Lawrence Davidson. He was, in fact, his own entity, and that the Night King character was an offspring of him, giving him the power he needed to get this mortal form. Lawrence and William both wanted to get rid of him once and for all, but Wolfkiller had different plans. He would take out Bucky Davidson to get to his father, Lawrence, and then the Night King would show up in the same place as Lawrence and was working for Wolfkiller. But Wolfkiller wasn't done playing mind games. He would attack William's son, Aaron, to get to William as well. And then one night, a masked lunatic randomly attacked the Wolfpack, and shortly after that, he was revealed to be working for Wolfkiller and known as the true anarchist and a shadow. This caused a lot of problems, and everybody knew it backstage, especially Lawrence and William. Then over the months, Wolfkiller revealed the Shield, the wife of Wolfkiller. Then Killtrap, the 7-foot monster. And more recently, Jacob Cass's turn to the Phantom. They were unstoppable. The Disciples would win Tag Team Gold and hold it for almost a year, and in that year, they did the unthinkable. They defeated the Wolfpack. Lawrence and William also injured in the loss, literally causing insult to injury. But over a year later, William and Lawrence would finally get revenge in the Armageddon Chamber, where Lawrence pinned and eliminated Wolfkiller, thus bringing us to where we are today. The final confrontation. Lawrence Davidson, Wolfkiller, for the Ultraviolet Championship on the biggest stage with the biggest stakes. This won't be a wrestling match. This will be a death match. All to see who will get the last laugh. Can Lawrence Davidson get the job done and add another title to his resume? Or a Wolfkiller put an end to Davidson and his legacy? No matter what happens, the world is watching. It will be hard to watch for some. It will be entertainment for others, but it will be cinema for all. This is what professional wrestling is all about.